Il Gallo. Have a good night. Schlaf gut. Gute Nacht. She's pretty engulfed in playland. So many new things to play with. She really got into playing Animal Crossing. He's playing with Sarab's gift now. Is that the grocery store setup? Josh's gift. Whoever that guy is. Yeah. Well, she's been setting up a medicine shop outside a lot too, making medicine. And apparently she's making poisons too. She informed me of that today. Medicines and poisons. You never know what you're gonna get. This will either heal you or kill you. Choose wisely. And let's brush this with some alcohol, and we'll add the fine lines. Oh, don't let me stop you from that. Get to work. Enjoy the peace the garden brings. Okay, let's begin the fine lines, the details. It's a nice shape. I think so. Katarina, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Come on in. How was your stream? Magic wand. No, this is a hoop pack. for this guy right here. It's kind of like a staff meets sling staff. Slaff. By the way, Jones, Emma's been very much enjoying the easel. She just did a painting a little bit ago. It's a big hit. Oh yeah, for sure. Working as intended. Quarterstaff, sling staff, lance combination. Good night to you. Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the gifts there, Comps. I appreciate it, man. Now, you know, it's perfect timing because she just started doing using books like that, tutorials for drawing, so she understands the concept of the steps and how to follow along. So they went to sleep. That's all right. We will take all the sleeping people. What do you stream, if you don't mind me asking before you go? Kind of stuff you doing over there? Yeah, she did. We realized better than just like action figures and little toys. The activity toys are the best kinds of toys. The ones that keep her busy for a while. So that was a lot of our focus. You buy like a little figure set of Disney princesses and it keeps her busy for like 2 seconds. No shit. Costs like $20 and keeps her busy for 2 seconds. Good wood. Oh, hey. How you doing there? Expat brat. Nice to meet you earlier. Mr. Sarub directed us your way. It was my first time watching you. You tend to be quite the lurker. That game looks really nice. The Manor Lords. Definitely up my alley. It's not out yet though, right? It's just, isn't it in like a pre-release kind of thing? Or did it actually come out already? Ah, okay. Cool. Yeah, that's what we're working on tonight. This is a mouse guard character, inspired by the David Peterson art world. We're making his hoopak, which is like a spear slash sling staff. Interesting weapon. So we finish the weapon, and that way we can actually sculpt the hand around the weapon and then sculpt the arm around the hand. So weapon, hand, arm. It's a type of polymer clay called cast clay. There's a little pirate sword we were working on earlier. Sword. That's for that guy back there. Let me show you. Take a little gander at this guy. This one we're in the painting stage for. Got a little mushroom hunter. Why, thank you. Here's the pirate. Very much in the works. Sword is done now. We can see how it'll look. So there's a special kind of clay that's actually flexible like rubber. You can see here I can flex and bend and move it after it's been cured. I think it's more like this. There we go. Very good. Sea of Thieves, yeah. Be some belts hooking this up, and then we can do the jacket and the hair. He's gonna have poker cards in his hand. And he's gonna have a really bad hand, but we're gonna make like some hidden aces like tucked into his clothing or something on the blind side of him. Well, most of these works are commissioned pieces, so people commission me to do all kinds of different things. This particular one is of a captain called Captain Sabretooth, but I'm allowed to have pretty much creative freedom with the design of it. Hello, Kamaus. Yeah, we got all kinds of different things going on. Pretty much every time you tune in, you should see something different. So, yeah, it's not nobody gets to where I'm at overnight. You know, it's not something. What you discover is your desire or liking of doing a craft, right? So, I discovered that when I was pretty young, about 10 years old, and you know, I did it sculpting off and on through my youth, and I didn't really start fully pursuing it till I was older, probably around 21, 22 years old. And it's been about 14, 15 years of continuous pursuit since then. This isn't the microphone. This is the camera. No, it's not the first. Don't worry, it's not the first time. someone didn't realize it was the camera. Well, thank you. All it is it's a harmonica. It's a harmonica holder with a camera shoved in it instead of a harmonica. Just so happens to give the perfect perspective for this kind of work. In cinema. Oh, really? What kind of job do you do? Now I'm curious. Director of photography. Well, that's cool. Well, I do have to say I give all credit of the way the stream looks and social media and all that stuff is my wife. She majored in film and motion design. She went to university. She's originally from Germany. That's all her handiwork. Me and cameras are not other than streaming. Yeah. Yeah, she's got the webcams all fine-tuned as best as they could be for webcams. The stream wouldn't look hardly as good without her expertise. Okay. A DOP. Director of Photography. Cool. I shall let her know. Thank you. Alright, we're gonna do the little lines up here. Then we'll brush it and then do another wave of lines. So on your stream, I imagine you do variety, kind of bouncing around from game to game. Director of photography by day. Variety game streamer by night. Star Citizen. Oh, very cool. Sweet. Star Citizen still in development, I imagine. I've seen quite a bit from it. Usually I get there's a fellow by the name of Mr. Chaguez. Used to be called Der Shakes. He's a German streamer that does a lot of Star Citizen play from time to time. Slowly, slowly. Well, they're doing something right because it's still moving along. Imagine the advent of AI will help their efforts even more. Darenda. This is a weapon for a little mouse character here. It's called a hoopak. It's like a staff. It's a slingshot staff. Spear. Thing. It's one thing you won't have to worry about being a... I am very glad, yeah, that I've kind of carved out a niche for myself that is not affected by the radical changes of the world today so far. Very glad about that. It's quite turbulent times for the art world. Awesome there, Dorinda. Well, I do have a free tutorial you can check out if you want to learn my methods. You can follow along. It's a start to finish class. There's a playlist over on YouTube and on Twitch. Walk you through every step to finish the character. Soon stock video also. Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, it's gonna hit every, I think it's gonna hit most jobs tied to a computer, I would say. Any sort of job that's done on a computer. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, just for future stuff, but glad you're on the path of learning. Your quest. If there's anything I can do to help you on your quest, just let me know. More than happy to help guide fellow sculptors and sculptresses to green pastures. Actually, you know what? Funny enough, it kind of. I sculpted before painting miniatures, but what got me back into sculpting after I had stopped was I started thinking of ways to make some extra money, because at the time I was working a part-time job at Target. That was the only thing I had going for me at the time. I dropped out of school and all I had was a part-time job. So I started figuring out ways to make some extra money with the skills I had. And that was my first thing I did was I would buy sets of Warhammer 40k minis and then paint them and then sell them. And back then, the only place to sell things was eBay. So, I had a little eBay shop. This was like, let's see, when was this? About 2010-ish. And then, no, about 2009, 2010. And then I started sculpting again because I bought some clay to sculpt some custom bases for my minis to make them more desirable. And I just decided I wanted to make a sculpture since I had everything I needed. And at the time, I was playing StarCraft 2, was in beta, Wings of Liberty. And so I decided to sculpt a Zerg Hydralisk character from the game, if you don't know. And with no intention of doing anything with it, but I already had this eBay store set up, so I decided to try and sell it. I ended up selling it. And that gave me the idea of, well, I really enjoyed sculpting more than I enjoyed painting a bunch of the same kind of mini over and over again, so that's when I switched and started sculpting StarCraft 2 things mostly at the beginning. I do play video games. Sometimes. Way less now than I used to, but I still do. I think me and the missus would like to go check out Small World, I think is what it's called. We're considering checking that one out. Is a good one? No, I don't play any MMOs. Not anymore. I used to. I totally no-lifed World of Warcraft for a period of my life. Way back when. I don't have time to get into an MMO. I don't have enough time to put towards it. Also, it's just, I don't know. Your gaming taste changes as you get older. Plus, I get infinitely sidetracked. Yeah, exactly. I have this bad habit of just going down the path that I'm supposed to go to complete the storyline, and immediately taking a right turn and stumbling down a hill and ending up in a bear's den, and then years of sidetracking later, I finally get back to the main storyline. And then by then I'm disinterested, and then I just uninstall and play something else. It's all the fun stuff. Squirrel, yeah. Exactly. I actually did eventually beat Skyrim, but it was probably like my 6th playthrough or something like that, where I actually beat the storyline. But I haven't beat. I've not even got close to like Witcher 3 or Kingdom Come Deliverance. It didn't get you like Morrowind? Oh, okay. Skyrim really got me, and especially when I started getting into modding. See this is here. Let me describe my Witcher 3 playthroughs, because I keep going back to it and trying to play through it. I've done the Bloody Baron questline so many times though, I don't think I could possibly do it again. I just can't. I've ruined the game for myself. But this is what happens every time. I'm like, all right, here we go. Starting up Witcher 3. I'm gonna play through This time we're gonna stick to the storyline. Here we go. I literally encounter the first guy selling Gwent cards, and then I get immediately sidetracked into like, yeah, riding Roach full speed from town to town, collecting all the cards and climbing my way to the top, playing Gwent. And then I get done with that, and then I get sidetracked with I do this thing where I just have to loot everything, so I stop riding my horse at some point and I just zigzag run from one point to the other, collecting everything in my pathway that I'll never use, and stopping to like slay every little pack of monsters in my path. And then I just never really arrive to any destinations because I just infinitely get sidetracked. And then I get my fill of Witcher 3 without completing any storyline, and then I stop playing. So. Kingdom Come Deliverance was pretty bad too. I didn't get far in that storyline at all. I actually, you know, in that game you can go back to the starting town that gets destroyed, and there's like a bunch of high-level bandits there. I figured out I could go there with like a bow and arrow and a horse and just infinitely kite them in the field, shooting arrows at them. And so I eventually killed all the bandits in the town just doing this cheese tactic. And then I spent probably like days hauling loot from the town and like slow walking all the way to the other town where I had the little room that I'm renting from my uncle or whatever, and just became super wealthy and powerful like at the very beginning of the game. Bought all the most expensive armor and the best horse upgrades and all that stuff. And then I was like, well, I'm done. Mission accomplished. I'm rich. If you get rich in a game too fast and like buy everything, it's like it like totally destroys your desire to like progress. Oh man. And now if I try and play it again, I'll just do the exact same thing. I just know I will. Like, all right, this time we'll just keep going with the storyline here. Any of the pink box clays? What's that? Nah, no one would spend. It was not easy. It was not easy for sure. The guys are like running like full speed at you, and you're just like, yeah. Get like just far enough away to turn around and blink, arrow, and then run fast again, you know? Because if they hit you one time, it could knock you down. Oh, no, I didn't sneak any of Emma's clays. No, definitely not. 300 glass boots later. What do you want? You have to go potty? Need water? What do you need? Sadie needs something. I'll be right back. Oh, and don't get me started about Fallout 4. That one. Oh boy. All right. Fresh cup of coffee. What's your technique for making old Sculpey work again? I got an unopened 12-piece multicolored pack from the thrift store, and the clays don't clay. So what you have to do is you have to mix oil back into it, essentially, which is, it's not easy. If you have a food processor that you can use for clay or a pasta machine, it's gonna help you process it, essentially. But it's not easy, but you can do it for sure. So just like mineral oil or something like that. Or you could use like clay glue, technically will work too. But yeah, so my trap with 40 weight. What, oil? No, not motor oil. Mineral oil is probably better to use. It's because it doesn't go bad, you know. But yeah, with Fallout, every time I would always get stuck in the settlements, just like endlessly upgrading and customizing and creating settlements. And every time I go to play it, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to pick up every piece of garbage on the ground, and I'm not going to do the settlements. Every time it gets me. It's so funny because the guy wakes up, needs to find his wife and his son because they've been, the wife was killed and the son was taken, and I need to find him. Literally walks outside 2 steps and just years go by, decades. Wasn't there something I was supposed to be doing? Can't remember. I don't think I've done. I always get to Diamond City in the storyline, and that's it. It's game over. Diamond City, then there's plenty of distractions to keep me occupied. Yeah. Right. That's true. What Corn says is good. If you take some fresh clay and like flatten it out and then sandwich the old clay into the fresh clay, you can do that. And that'll help too. Oh yeah. I had a huge room.
Listen closely, traveler, to what I say. Twitch Prime does not even cost a dime.
Barbarian, thank you for the Twitch Prime 33 months. It's a fine number indeed. Thank you very much. My $4 fine gonna turn into a big project. I used to buy dried boxes of clay from Hobby Lobby. I would barter with them. I'd say, look, this box is dried and nobody's gonna buy it, and then get them to sell it to me for like $1 a box, and then I would put in the work to condition it, save a couple bucks. So okay, Jones. All right. We can maybe like sheathed, or we'd have to resculpt one of his hands. But all right, I'll take a look at it tonight. Speaking of fall, the show was really awesome. If anyone's not seen it yet, they did such a good job of really capturing the universe. I wonder, is the story canon? Like, is it actually? I imagine it is, but like the big revealings in the movie, I wonder if it's actually part of the canon. Before you go further, cool. I got a scram. All right.